which just goes to show.
Pointing
I
out the
thought you
new
said some
guest.
stars with us.
We also do have a star.
Okay.
We also do have a star with us.
Anna than me.
No.
No, only
Not at
one
all.
star. Only one star.
Only one star.
It's me. No, only one star. Of course, Anna, we are joined by Slam from
Hi,
Slam Talk
Slam.
Sports.
Pleasure as always to be here, guys.
Mate, we loved having you on last time, and we could not resist having you on again, especially with Steveo on the beers. Always celebrating.
Always too hungover for a Monday podcast.
Yeah, the Hawks win. He's not here.
He's not here.
Is it a shock? Is it a surprise?
Jeez.
You know, maybe a coincidence initially, but now
It's I see a pattern.
you've got a track record now.
Yeah.
It's become a trend, unfortunately, for
Exactly.
Steve.
So predictable.
The trend is not your friend.
The trend is not your friend.
So, of course, Harley, mate, anytime. Appreciate the love. Bread Slices, hello, my favorite
Hi.
three. But Harley is always my number one. Of course, Bread Slices. Harley will always be your favorite number one. He's my favorite number one too. Just don't let them know about it. No, so did we watch? We watched just about all of the games this weekend, didn't
Yes.
we? It was
Absolutely.
finals football.
Yes.
It was the best.
Finals football.
And we started off on Thursday night with Collingwood and the Pies.
We did. Are you going to welcome everyone to the...
No, I'm not going to welcome anybody.
Okay. I thought you were going to do a good... Hi, everyone. Welcome to...
Oh, right, for the recording part.
Yeah.
We are recording.
I think you should
Excellent.
do it.
I didn't have the green. I didn't have the green light.
I figured
Well
before
done.
we get into it.
That's it. I'm just on
We
live
only
TikTok.
care about TikTok now.
I'm just on our live TikTok mode. G'day, fancasters, and welcome to another episode here on the pod where we have a proper footy chat. We're here joined by Slam from SlamTalksSports. How are you, Slam?
It's a pleasure to be here, Joe, as always. I haven't been in here for about 3 months, and Essendon didn't win the game at that time, so you should have got me back earlier, I think.
Shit, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was you.
I was the common denominator.
It was you. Damn, we especially needed... The only game I thought realistically were a chance at winning was the Richmond game. So we had to get you on before that one.
No, I think you had me on just before that, and then our season went down the gurgler after that.
So you are synonymous with Essendon losses, are you? Your
yeah.
absence.
Yeah, I've been synonymous with them for about 30 years, but yeah, say whatever you want to say, that's fine.
Mate, you're not called Slam for no reason. We just continue getting slammed all the time. But it was a slam of a weekend. This
was.
week one of finals was unbelievable, and we watched all of it, I assume.
So fun to watch.
It was. It always delivers week one of finals, doesn't it? You got four
does.
great games, high intensity, a lot of close results, and a lot of great storylines to come out of this weekend.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Well, what do you reckon was your biggest one coming out of this weekend?
I'm the Swallow.
The Swallow? Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back to Thursday. I think it was Collingwood. After we'd ridden them off, effectively, they lost 5 of their last 7 games.
I didn't write them
They
all.
go,
I did.
they go out there and they really dominate Adelaide for large portions of that game.
They did.
They
And from the
certainly
get-go,
did.
it was the pressure is everywhere. Well, I don't know the pressure factor. I don't know how they gauge it, but I can see it's about 250, which is, I assume is a lot of pressure at that time.
Correct.
But Adelaide, they felt the pinch from the very get-go.
Yeah. Correct.
And while they recovered for periods over the course of the game, Collingwood was so workmanlike and so consistent to get that result.
I love to see it. It was like the old Collingwood.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like they were in their groove.
That's right.
And DeGoey, he's just a different animal when it comes to the finals. It's fun to watch.
It is. He's like an old car. He just sits in the garage for about
That's
4 or
what I
5
was
months.
saying.
They said, are you right there for race day? Can he get out there for the big one? He comes
Yeah.
out. He had, 26 touches, I think, in the last game of the year.
Yeah.
Fantastic in the first final. Like, people say Dacos is the best player in the comp. He might be.
Yeah.
But to go his importance to Collingwood, it can't be understated. He is
Listen.
their point of difference. He's the X factor.
In
they
the
say.
finals, in the finals, he's their player. Like, he's got to be able to play.
And he was the perfect recipient because there's one guy who has had some recognition, but I want to give him all of the flowers for this. Ned Long.
Oh, yes.
Ned Long.
Yes. Unsung hero.
Hawthorn. How did you let this guy go?
Yeah.
Like, and isn't that exactly what Hawthorn are sort of crying out for? Another midfielder? Like, they managed to get the job done against the Giants, but they could have been top 4 if they had Ned Long helping out in that midfield mix with Newcomb. Like, they would make a great duo, I reckon. So Ned Long, mate, massive shout out to you. To half time, he had the most disposals and the most tackles.
That's true. Nobody saw that coming.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
No, definitely
Nobody
not.
saw. But that I love that, and I love like I expected Collingwood to bring it.
Yeah.
But I love that they did, and I didn't look like an idiot.
Coxie did his job.
Mason Cox, say what you will about Mason Cox. He gets a lot of criticism, and I honestly think it's because he's tall and American. Because he's really, at his height, his only job really is to just take up some space on the field and make people question the options, right? Like even when you're kicking to a pack, like he's going to be the one tallest in the air, ready to mark the ball. Even if he doesn't, he gets a touch on it. Yes. And that's literally all he needs to do in his position.
And brings it to the ground.
So tall. Yeah, he's doing everything he needs to do for a person of his horizontal stature. I think he gets too much flack.
I do agree in that his poor performances get highlighted way better than his good games. Like he's a lot of good finals over the time.
Yes.
A lot of good games. Like I think King's birthday's had good games. Obviously on Thursday night, didn't kick any goals. He didn't dominate the game.
No.
But he took marks. He got the ball to ground.
He took up space.
He's a role player and he played his role effectively. I consider
agree.
like a centre in basketball. He plays 20 minutes a night, but gets these 6 fouls, roughs up, and talk crap to the opposition.
Yeah.
He did his job, and Collingwood's structure in their system. It helps to have a player like that because McStay wasn't doing that job for them the last couple of months due to injuries and due to lack of form.
Agreed. So I really think, say what you will, I'm going to be bold enough to say that I made a big difference that he played in that game. I think, he needed to be in that team.
And you just could tell.
And he's American, so shout out Mason Cox.
And he's American. We love Americans.
The big Texan.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the big Texan on the other side played incredibly well in game 300. I felt really bad for Taylor Walker.
Yeah.
Like he was really giving it his all. He just wasn't getting any support from Fogarty at all in particular. He kicked 2 goals, 3. That's pretty good.
No, I don't think so. Not in the final.
What's Fogarty do?
Well, I'm not saying the other guys were good. I'm just saying in crucial moments, Tex was missing his goals.
Man, Fogarty had this structural integrity of Fog.
You disagree?
I don't disagree.
Don't disagree.
And that he had chances late to kick goals, but also he played a lone hand early.
Yeah.
Fogarty was nowhere in this game.
No, he wasn't
Phil
anywhere in the
Thorpe,
game.
for as good as he's been All-Australian, he didn't really get going till late in the game, and he stuffed up that key chance when he handed it backwards 5 minutes for no reason.
He looked like he hadn't played footy in 5 weeks.
Well, that's
I
the
don't
thing.
know what was going on there.
My thing with Adelaide, as much as I like them, is how many of their players have played in finals, like actual big finals, like Rory Laird, Taylor Walker, maybe Riley O'Brien. That's it. Collingwood's whole list have won a premiership. And that experience showed very quickly in the game.
It did. They held their structure really well. Like they were aggressive, but they never lost their structure.
Nope.
There was always someone. Yeah, they might have mucked up, but there was always someone there to pick up the next one.
That's what I love about the way Collingwood play, though. They are just arbiters of chaos. They don't care that the game is in chaos. They don't care that someone made an error. They just go with the now and go and put the pressure and go with the flow.
Yes.
And then that's how they win the games. That's why they win by close margins. Because they're willing to be risky enough to just say, you know what, we'll make the best of it in the end. It's like you don't see that a lot from other teams, which is why I kind of sometimes say they're boring.
Yeah.
Like Freo will never do that. That's probably why they didn't win.
Yeah.
Geelong don't do that.
Almost definitely why they didn't win.
Geelong don't do that, but Geelong, you're just a well-oiled machine that are going to do everything they're told to do and whatever.
Exactly.
But I love that Collingwood does that. I loved. It's fun to watch.
It should have been a 10-goal win. They missed a lot of opportunities, the Pies. Really could have. It could have been a 10-goal win.
But that's the nature of how they play.
Well, my chick had 0 goals, 5 alone.
Yeah, I know.
Like he could not kick a goal to save his life.
I actually was thinking if they lost that game, he would have been the reason why. I thought he was the weakest link on that team on that day. Personally, I was disappointed with the way he played and how he's been playing footy for the last.
Well, I'll give him a little out. He had a wrist injury, which he suffered late in the season.
Okay.
He's always been a little bit banged up, my check. But I do agree that he had 4 or 5 shots. It didn't hit the scoreboard any goals in any of them. That could have been a telling sign.
Yeah.
But you get 3 goals out of Steele Sidebottom. You get
I
4
love
goals out of
Steele
Jamie
Sidebottom,
Elliott.
though.
But
Yeah,
a lot of people
exactly.
showed up, and it was that third
Yeah.
quarter when they just went bang. It just was like 4 or 5 goals in a row, and it was over after that.
I'll
Correct.
agree. And Marky Schultz, who sometimes makes mistakes, he had so many assists. He was really doing the right things on the field most of the time. He also, I thought, had a good game.
Yeah.
Sometimes like you see him with the ball and you're like, okay, I don't know
Yeah.
what's
Oh,
going to happen.
look.
But he was pretty reliable. So I would say, not to be a jerk to Marchek, I'm sure he's played great football before. I'm not saying, but in that game, I thought he was definitely the weaker Collingwood player. So hopefully he can bring a little better energy to the next game.
On the other side of the ground,
Yeah.
Darcy Moore played
yeah,
his best
exactly.
game in a long time.
Ages.
It looked a bit shaky at the start. I think he had a couple of pretty bad mistakes, which led to 2 goals.
Yes, had a terrible one very early on.
Very terrible.
I think, they called it like the mother of all clangers on the
Correct.
broadcast. I'm like, he's going to be able to recover from this. But as you said, he probably had the best game I've seen him play, maybe ever. Was it 13
Yeah.
intercepts?
Yeah.
And was it coaching? Was it Matthew Nix's unwillingness to equalise and make him accountable? You can argue that, but
Oh,
Moore
there's
did it.
definitely a part of that there.
But
Yeah,
Moore,
for
you have to
sure.
go out there and do it though. Moore went out there and did it and
Correct.
dominated that first half.
That's right.
Correct.
That's right. And props to him because there was so much criticism on him all year, saying he was kind of past it or I don't know what's wrong with him. And he just goes out there and plays an amazing game of footy. I love when that happens. I love when that
it is great when a player that's under the pump
Yeah.
performs. It
Yeah.
is a bit of an underdog sort of story, and
Yeah.
we love seeing that. At the same time, something that annoys me to no end is you don't want to get beaten by what you know.
Hmm.
And
Thank you, Kingy.
sorry.
It's the David King special. Getting beat
100%.
by what you know.
The
Yeah.
David King special. And like seriously, you don't think that Darcy Moore plays his best football when he's sagging off taking intercept marks?
Right.
Like Ben Keys did nothing. Ben Keys
He was a big disappointment. He might have been one of the most disappointing players on that field.
He was
I couldn't
yeah.
even see him. What was he doing?
He was as
I don't
useful
know.
as a lost set of keys.
Yes.
You couldn't find him anywhere.
I know.
He was just
That
like,
was-
mate, he had 2 disposals to half time. Like if I'm Nix, I'm looking at him like, all right, not your night, you're having a tough one. You know, why don't you just stick with Moore? Just stick with him and don't let him take the free uncontested mark.
Yeah. Give
Just
him a job. Give him something
Yeah.
to do.
100%. Bring the ball to ground, you know, and you could beat him on ground level.
Yeah.
You know, like put him under the pump. But no, they just decided to give up the most intercept marks out of any quarter in the entire
That was
season.
bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was one of the greatest
That's
halves
bad.
ever in terms of intercepting from Collingwood.
Yeah. Out of every
Yeah.
single game this year. And we're in a final
Yeah.
in Adelaide. So that was very disappointing from an Adelaide perspective. So as great as
I
Collingwood
agree.
were, and they do deserve their flowers and
They
their
do.
credit, because I thought they were going to be a straight set team, personally.
I think we all did. I think we're all worried about that. We're worried about Hawthorn potentially
Not
playing
you.
them next week.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Anna's the expert
I
here.
stuck with them. I said they're going to be flag contenders, and here we are.
You are the oracle when it comes to
When it comes to the
when it comes to the
underdogs.
pies.
When it comes to the underdogs or the upsets, that's what I was saying. I can smell that. I could smell the upsets.
She can
and-
smell the upset. Speaking
what I
of
do.
smelling upsets, you got Steveo in the chat.
Oh, Steve!
Stevie. How are we, guys?
How hungover are you?
Steveo, no, we know your back's hurt. Get well
Yeah.
soon, mate. But good to see
I
you.
just am going to go with the thing that you partied too hard, Steve. And I'm offended that I wasn't invited.
Yeah, man. Where's our invite to the Hawk celebration?
Jeez.
My dad's a Hawk. I'm an honorary Hawk
But
supporter.
just because I don't like Josh Battle doesn't mean I wouldn't have had a good time
exactly.
watching that game. Man, that was a
100%.
good game.
Exactly. You
I
got
didn't say
a
that.
much taller, less handsome, someone as knowledgeable fan to come in.
And you're back for Essendon as well.
Yes.
So-
So keep things consistent here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, we've got to just we're all the same colours
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much
great.
this week.
All
Women
our
are
sides
also
aren't
colours.
even playing this
I've
weekend.
well, I didn't wear the same. I mean, like our support base.
Yeah, we're 2/3 of you.
Yeah.
Next time. Yeah, no, all right,
Next
Steve.
time.
We'll see. If you guys win this week
Yeah.
and you're still not here, it will confirm
We will know.
beyond a shadow of a doubt, Steve. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, it will be confirmed. So the Pies now, the oldest team on record, they now get another week off. So
Yeah.
this is exactly what the doctor ordered,
Yep.
what the orthodontist ordered,
Yep.
what the physiotherapist, whatever old geriatric person you want to joke, what you want. The
Yeah.
Pies are happy. Now,
Yeah.
the Crows have to host the Hawks again this week.
Yeah.
Do we reckon that there's going to be a bounce back from the Crows?
Yes.
History would say the Crows win. I think in the last 25 years of this final structure, the minor premiers haven't gone out straight sets. It's happened once. So history would say the Crows are going to respond.
So there's a chance.
Having said all that, I think the Hawks are playing some of the best footy over the last 2 months. They've
Yes.
proven in finals.
Yeah.
So before we get to our tips, we'll say that a little bit later. That's just
Yes,
a little bit of
for
forward
sure,
sizzle.
for sure.
But I think the Crows will respond. But, Guy, I think Hawthorn are going to serve it up to them. They play such a scintillating brand.
I think this is one of the hardest games to figure for next round.
For next round, for sure.
I don't know. That's a tough. Two
What-
birds.
Yeah,
the battle of the birds again.
There was a battle of birds this week, and there's a battle of
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Battle of the booing was also going on. What do you reckon? Are we on board
I
with
forgot all
booing?
about that.
Quainor?
That was stupid.
it's-
It's just stupid. It makes Australia look dumb. I'm sorry. I know that's, but it does. It's just a bad look.
Adelaide, the stupid bird from your word, has now made Australia look dumb because of all the booing. Jesus.
Come on, like, make it make sense. It didn't even make sense to boo Isaac.
Well, in their mind it does because
quite-
they dobbed him in.
Quite frankly, like,
dobbed him rain-
what are you accomplishing with the boo? That's not going to make the player any worse. It just
supposed to
makes you
distract
look
them.
like an asshole.
Supposed to distract
No,
them.
it
Yeah,
doesn't-
it
never
worked really
works that
well.
way.
Quainor had his best game in probably months.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
dominated them.
He was waiting for some
wouldn't-
attention.
So often it doesn't work. Like
Yeah.
there's
Correct.
targeting, booing, there's vitriol towards a player,
Correct.
which is
Yeah.
completely misfounded as well.
Right.
Quainor
Yeah, yeah.
killed them in the end.
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
fantastic.
100%. He was sensational.
Yeah, and just concentrate on your own team.
Yeah. Correct.
I don't know. I thought that was dumb.
If you have anyone to
poo-poo.
blame, it's Isaac Rankin himself.
No,
Right?
you don't. It's the people that were booing.
No, if you have anyone to blame, it's Isaac Rankin for getting himself
Oh,
suspended.
well, for getting himself
like
suspended.
just if,
But that just all that does is make it look like it's an Adelaide problem, not a Rankin problem.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
embarrassing. Like
when in reality it is a Rankin problem. And Rankin went to Italy, rather than train with you guys to win this game. Because he was exactly what they needed.
well,
They got smacked
he
in the
wasn't going to
midfield.
play anyway.
No, he was going to play if he wasn't
I
suspended.
don't blame him for leaving. He was under the microscope a lot. I wouldn't want to be around for that.
No, I'm saying they're booing Quainor
Yeah.
when really
They should be booing Rankin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
it's Rankin's
That's-
fault.
No, they're
They
not
should
going
be
to
upset at how Rankin behaved. The things he
Absolutely.
said.
Correct.
But yeah, I think you're right because that's kind of been forgotten by their supporter base.
Of
They're
course.
worried about, woe is me, we've been affected, we're
Yeah.
going in the
That's
flame
right.
with Isaac Rankin.
Exactly.
Not that,
right.
actually, we need to have a look at ourselves and we stuffed up badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a supporter base and as a club.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I
100%.
think because they thought it was safe because it's Collingwood and who cares. But,
Yeah.
it's just a bad look. Don't do it.
Agreed. It is a very
my
bad
feel.
look. Well,
Speaking of bad looks,
Why are you looking at me?
you did turn to look at him.
I know.
To be fair,
For the country.
I was looked at the score first,
sorry.
and then was kind of.
The
I
bad
think you were
looks.
going to say
The bad looks that we were supposed to be talking about. No, Slam, you're very hot. It is Cam Rayner and his flopping
Yep.
and the umpiring in general to pay that is just frankly unbelievable. Do you agree or disagree? Because there's a couple of ways you can look at this. You can either look at it as he flopped and umpire should not have got sucked in, or you should be looking at it from maybe a lens of why would you push him to begin with?
I think it was terrible umpiring. I think the call of free kick was effectively 150 metres away from
Yeah.
where the play actually was.
Yeah.
Was someone that just fallen over.
Correct.
When that happens 100
Oh,
times in a game.
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, and he's just gone and flopped.
And it's
Like I was
never
watching
paid.
Italian soccer.
It's never paid.
It is never paid. Let alone paid in a final at that time with like 2 and a bit minutes left. I
Yeah.
thought it was just terrible.
Did you hear though that Rayner actually went up to that umpire earlier to have a chat with him about what was going on back there? And then the umpire's like, I'm watching. And then he called the kick. So clearly he was influenced by whatever Reynard said to him. And I don't know, the problem with not being at the match is like you can't actually see what's going on back there.
Correct.
Not to defend flopping, but I just don't know because I wasn't there and I don't know what was going on back there for him to feel the need to say anything. Now, was that all a show? Maybe, and that's shitty if it was because nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants the umpires to be visible during a game like this.
Absolutely.
So using that to kind of get an advantage is shit, but I don't know if that was the case or if there was something really stinky going on back there that we couldn't see because we weren't there. I don't know. I've definitely seen horrible things happen with holding and stuff in that area when I'm at a game that umpires say nothing to.
Yeah.
But it is horrible what happens down there. Again, if you're not calling it throughout the season, why would you call it there? I don't know.
Look, I've seen a lot of players talk to the umpires saying, I've been held.
Yeah.
You know, when if they haven't received a free kick. Like
Yeah.
I've seen it's not new for players to talk to the umpires.
I guess.
It shouldn't still though. It was clearly a flop. It was clearly
Yeah.
a dive. Like
I'm just saying, I don't know what happened before that would even
It doesn't
suggest
matter.
he should
Yeah.
say anything.
I think during
I
the game,
understand.
Rayner had been getting a lot of attention from O'Connor. He kept him pretty quiet.
Yeah,
O'Connor
he did.
is a good defender. He can
Yeah.
play with a run-with role in the midfield as well.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of niggle, but
Yeah.
still, it felt to me, and most people watching,
Yeah.
that Rayner can't get a kick
Yeah,
right
of
now.
course.
So he needs to just go down and get
Yeah.
himself into the game. And the
Yeah.
second free kick, that probably was there.
It was there.
He's gone limp. He's turned his back. He's run straight through.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but that just caused from a trigger of what happened beforehand.
Correct.
But I think, it's poor to look at that for
It is.
the general fan and think that's not what the sport has to be. We
No.
don't want it to happen in a big game because what if that decided
No,
the game?
you don't.
Because at that time, Geelong had a massive lead,
Right.
but it slowly got an inching back, and then Geelong smashed them in the second half.
Right.
But what if that was the last quarter? And what if there's games, there's jobs,
Yeah.
there's final seasons on the line? Then it's something you got to avoid happening ever again.
But shit like that happens a lot, and that's
Yeah.
what's so annoying. The umpiring, there's no accountability in umpiring, so they just do whatever.
well, that umpire's getting dropped for sure.
Yeah.
Drop for what? Like he's still
He's not umpiring another game this year.
Okay, this year.
He's
And
on
then is he
holiday.
going to get better, or is he just going to do the same shit next year in a different game? Is the thing. Okay, he's not going to
Yeah, fair,
umpire
fair.
again, but is he going to know the difference ever again? Like
He might
this
never
is the
play. He
problem.
might never pay a free kick in the goal square ever again.
Well, he might not, but then does he have an obligation to say
PTSD.
there's just no good way to rein in on that and say, oh, we're going to make this better. You see something like that happen and you're just like, that umpire's crap. Okay, but he'll be a crappy umpire again next season.
A simple way for me, in my opinion, a
Agree.
simple way for it to be fixed is rather than pay the free kick where the incident happened,
Yeah.
you pay the free kick from where the ball is. So rather than if because I think the whistle was blown before the shot on goal for Geelong, so it was a kick from the middle of the ground. So if it was free kick paid to Rayner because of the push, I think the free kick should be paid from where the ball was, which is back in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, so I think
As opposed
Stengel
to
was having
from
a
the
shot
goal
about
square.
45
Right.
out. He had marked
Right.
it. So you want the
Yeah.
ball to be free kick there and then don't
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
it all there.
Rather than bringing the ball all the way to the goal square where the free kick supposedly happened,
Right.
you just simply have a reversal saying, free kick down the field, reversal, free kick to Brisbane, basically. And rather than walking the ball, because that's what ended up happening. It was an 18-point turnaround.
It's still a stupid call. However
It
you
is a
want to
stupid call, yes.
pay it. It's dumb. Just make yourself invisible during the freaking game. No
Yes.
one wants to see the team in yellow ever. Like they don't belong.
Yeah, they don't belong. Yeah, but no,
annoying.
we need the umpiring. The game without
But we
umpiring
don't
is
want
very
to know
difficult.
that they're there.
But at the same time, it's if you're having that change where the free kick is taken from where the ball is, it sort of reduces the impact of those really shitty calls. That if such a call was to be made, at least it's not as consequential
I see what you're
as
saying.
that is.
Just-
It's sort of a bit of a
They'll
safeguard.
just screw something else up in that case.
Oh, they'll always find ways to screw things up. They always find ways.
The only thing I'd say that, Joe, is say you had an incident where someone got clipped, though, like similar to Tom Lynch did to, what was it, Jordan Butts, when he just smacked him over the head.
Right.
And a free kick would be paid regardless of where the ball is, where the incident was.
Right.
This was an instance of diving, someone staging. What if Marco O'Connor had actually clobbered Cameron over the back of the head? Wouldn't you want the free kick to be paid in the goal square then?
Well, if that's the case, then every single free kick should be paid that way, even during the home and away season. But we don't see that happen.
No.
No.
This free kick is barely ever played.
Yeah, so if you're going to do it one way, commit to it, own it, embrace it, regardless of how shit it is, and say this is how we operate. And you need to have that consistency all throughout. And if that is the case every single time, then you'll find that players will not want to give away free kicks in the goal square anymore because this might end up happening.
Maybe.
So it's the lack
I
of
don't know.
consistency. So if this is how you're gonna adjudicate it, and the AFL coming out saying this is a correct call, then every single incident like that should be adjudicated the same way.
I agree. And there should also be an understanding that just because a player fell doesn't mean it's a kick to anybody, because I've seen a lot of players fall this season and then
Yes.
it's a free kick for that team.
Absolutely.
And no one knows why, because he fell on the grass.
Yes.
Like, the dude doesn't get a free kick. So can we just stop doing that? Like, pay attention.
100%.
Pay a little more attention.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying.
It is very annoying.
Question
Yes.
about this game.
Please.
Do you think it was a mistake to play Lachie Neale?
I don't think it was a mistake because you look at his output before the calf injury, he was playing pretty well. And by all reports, he was healthy to go for the Hawthorn game, but they held him out an extra 2 weeks because they're trying to avoid another injury.
Right.
But being post-match experts,
Yeah.
he's done a soft tissue injury, which is often the reaction from another soft tissue concern.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And they've now been lost him for the rest of the
That's
final
right.
series.
Yeah.
And if it comes to finals time, I'm going to back in my stars.
Yeah.
If they say that I'm good to go, I'm going to play
Yeah.
him. But now,
In retrospect.
it
Probably was a
probably,
mistake.
yeah, it probably could have been a mistake, yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like
I guess you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
You are,
right? Like,
because-
you play him, you don't play him, you lose, it's because you didn't play him. You play him, he gets injured, it's because you played him.
exactly.
Especially with they're expecting Oshin Mullen to tag Hugh
Yeah.
McCluggage. So you
Yes.
want Lachie Neale to be there, Brownlow
Yeah.
medalist, Gary Ayres medalist, to give him that chop out.
Right.
And the issue is McCluggage had no impact in this game.
Correct.
And Lachie Neale had a decent impact.
Yeah.
But look at the stat sheet. Brisbane had all the touches,
Yeah.
but Geelong has all the impact.
No, that's right.
You like your
That's right.
Myers, your
It was
your
the
Holmes,
forward
Smith.
line.
Yeah.
It felt like Essendon all over again.
Well, the
with all the touches.
Yeah.
But they're all backward touches, meaningless
Essendon defend
touches.
with
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say lost this game for Brisbane? What do you think lost the game for Brisbane?
Watching it, I thought they just couldn't break down Geelong's structure.
No.
They just had no way of breaking
Outcoached.
through the midfield, how they set up over the ground. So Brisbane didn't have a bunch of clean entries inside 50.
No.
Because Geelong was able to stymie it. And then
Yeah.
when Geelong did get the ball, they don't go in the corridor. They split out wide and they use their speed. You look at the likes of Holmes, Smith, and
Dempsey.
Dempsey.
Oh,
None
man.
of these
Dempsey
players
had
played in their
such a
flag
good
3 years
game.
ago, and they're three of their best players now.
Yeah.
Dempsey torched them, man. On the all this
He had
outside
such a good
run,
game.
and when you think of Geelong, you think of freaking retirement village. You think of retirement home, but you look at them now,
Nope.
and it's just like, what the hell? This shit's dynamic AF.
Yeah.
And then you're getting the ball down to Jeremy Cameron, who could not drop anything at the start, and you're thinking, oh my god, Jeremy Cameron's getting 100 tonight.
Exactly.
The way he was going, if he could kick
Exactly.
straight,
Yep.
and you got someone like. I love this guy to bits. Sean Manor.
Mm.
Holy shit. This guy was probably my best on ground. Sean Manor.
I mean,
At
this
the time
this,
when we were watching, I could not believe. I'm like, am I looking at Sean Manor? I'm looking at Lee Matthews.
Yeah.
Because this guy just absolutely tore the game apart.
He's a star. He's only his second year in the league.
Yeah.
Best young player in the comp.
Best young player in the comp
At
at 28 years old.
Yeah.
I love that. The AFL's so unserious. But last year, he didn't get in the team till about round 17, 18
Correct.
anyway. Then he was great in the final series.
Yeah.
Now he's put together this fantastic year, and he's a damaged player. He's
Yeah.
not a 25 touch player. He's a 17 touches. He didn't kick any goals, I don't think, on Friday night, but he'd kicked 10 in the month before that. He's someone that can win an North Smith medal. He reminds me of
Yeah.
a Paul Chapman. He's the tough half forward
Yeah.
who hits the scoreboard every game.
But this is where I'm very impressed with Chris Scott because
Yes.
he made so many changes just for this game.
Yep.
in the way that they played footy all season that you couldn't predict and just took Brisbane completely by surprise. I think that they were expecting the Geelong that played all year, and this was not that Geelong. It was a different team. They had Danger up in the middle causing havoc there, where I think I would have expected him to be more downfield.
Yeah,
really.
in the forward line.
They just Atkins was playing different. I didn't even recognize him because I was like, who's this guy? I just think that they were playing, their whole team was playing different footy.
Yeah.
And it was awesome to watch, but that's probably where Brisbane lose because they thought they were playing the Geelong we've seen all year. And that was
They
not
went up
that.
another gear.
That was not
They went
that
up
team.
2-3 gears.
Nah.
It was such
that
a
was-
dominant performance.
Yeah.
I think we forget Geelong really won the flag last year. Like they're just a bloody great team.
Yeah,
They lost to the reigning premiers.
They
by
lost to this team, they lost
a
to
kick.
Brisbane. Yeah, exactly. And they're up
exactly.
like 17 points in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we could
They're
be on the
always
precipice
good.
of back-to-back Geelong flags. Everything changes. It's such
right.
small detail.
They're always good, and that's why it's boring. But I didn't mind watching this game.
They were not boring on the night, though.
No,
We
they
got-
were fun to watch. That game was fun.
They were so good.
Yeah.
And, like, who employs the tag better than Geelong does?
Well,
Like, Mullen was a tagger on
has
McLuggage.
the-
I did not see that coming.
who has the balls to tag in a finals game where you think your system's going to overtake
You had
That's the thing.
O'Connor tagging
No one else
Rayner.
tags.
No,
Yeah.
that's right.
And they
Well,
do it
Ross
at the
Lyon
best
does.
level. Teams that are in finals.
Yeah.
No one else actually tags.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
O'Connor tagged Rayner,
Yeah.
kept him very quiet.
Yeah.
And then you've got Atkins who can play also a tagging defensive
Right.
role as well. So you've got 3 players that can tag that are in this team. So this is a lever that you
Yeah.
can pull. So he decides, you know what, we're gonna another one from Kingy, disarm the opponent. We're gonna take away their strengths.
Right.
We're gonna put these clamps or
Right.
these coolers
Right.
on these really important players for the opposition, and just no
Well,
one else
make-
tags.
yeah.
So Holmes and Baz are just flying unopposed, and good luck stopping them when they're
I
unopposed.
didn't think, you know what I loved about that game? I really didn't think, I didn't look and go, oh, wow, Bailey Smith's having a great game. And I loved that about it. Because
Yeah.
everyone else was so amazing, and he just played his role.
Yep.
I thought that was great. And he played it very well. I'm not saying it a bad game, but it wasn't like I feel like at the Doggies, you'd be like, Bailey Smith's having a great game, but then the team would still lose.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, or Bontempelli, yeah.
But so like it's kind of nice when you see a team that's so good that a guy like Bailey Smith kind of gets overshadowed because all the other players are playing their roles as well.
Yes.
It's just a good, well-oiled machine.
You can see that the Lions are missing.
So frustrating.
It
It's so
is so
frustrating. As an
frustrating.
Essendon fan, or even a St Kilda fan, they just keep doing it. John, they're just keeping it done. Like,
Yeah,
Ollie
I
Dempsey
know.
was like pick 14 in the rookie draft.
I
What a
know.
rising star. Just kicked
Please,
3 goals in a final.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have a farm. You just
I know.
And it was an insane
think-
goal.
Yeah, and
Like-
he coaches a financial expert. They've got everything they need.
And it was an insane goal as well. Like
Yeah.
that goal from him running up, the way he perfectly timed that run, the ball hit the
so
post. If he
good.
wasn't there, just flushed it. Like it was insane. Like the sheer dominance of this performance. Like it was a 10-goal win, easy.
Yeah.
You know, for the Cats as well.
Yeah.
And it never really felt like they were genuinely challenged either. Like Collingwood's game, you could see that Adelaide were mounting a challenge, but they made some really
Yeah.
stupid mistakes, or they were overawed, or they were overcome by the moment.
Right.
Whereas Brisbane never really felt like they were in it at all this
think?
game. For me, it genuinely felt like the way the game was played out, it's just all Geelong.
I think Brisbane felt that they were in it. I just think that they were getting frustrated because they couldn't get over the line. And then at some point it was like, we're just not, it's not gonna happen.
We were
I think
watching it, and Steveo
at
was
some point
saying-
it fell away.
Like Steve was saying, Brisbane would be really happy at quarter time.
Yeah.
Because it was really all Geelong, but
Yeah.
they hadn't put it on the scoreboard.
Exactly. He kept saying that, but they haven't put it on the scoreboard. But it's like, but they haven't been able to arrest anything.
Yes.
So if you can't arrest the momentum and you can't have moments where you you're in control.
Yeah.
It doesn't. One goal is the same as 10. It doesn't really matter at that point. You're just not getting the momentum,
It's
so
true.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like they're living off
So-
goals from like 50 meters.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
like Jasper Fletcher kicks a great goal.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
But if that's your method of scoring, then you're going to be left behind pretty quickly.
That's right.
The only time I think that really they had any sort of momentum/energy was the Cam Rayner double goal
Yeah.
situation.
And I have to be honest with you, this is annoying to me because I think Brisbane are an awesome football team.
They are.
They just were so outplayed that night.
But they are missing real
Partially they're cooked.
structure.
Yeah. Well, they're injured. They're missing structure because their team's been injured. It's just not good timing for them in the season, really, I guess, to be
Correct.
hitting finals right now.
Like no Hipwood
Yeah.
Yep.
and no Danaher.
Well, Hipwood's done his ACL. He didn't even know about it until
yeah,
a week
exactly.
later.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, how's
He'll
my
be-
calf doing?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
excellent.
does that put
But
him
your
out?
ACL though.
Yeah, like, I don't even know. Does he preseason? He's going to miss preseason. Some
Yeah.
of the preseason even.
He's got a partial ACL tear.
Yeah. And
How
my
is that
concern with
not
Lockie
picked up?
Neal is,
I don't know.
I think my concern with Lockie Neal is at this age, you get one soft tissue. We're looking at
But
three
we're not writing him
months,
off.
you get another. I'm not writing
Yeah,
him
yeah,
off.
yeah,
I'm just
okay.
saying that now he has to prepare for soft tissue injury.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to be. And they'll have to manage him for the rest of his time.
He's like, well, luckily he's playing with the Ashcroft brothers. He's playing with Hugh McCullough.
Yeah,
He's playing with
exactly.
Duncan. So he's got the support there. But Neil is sneakily old. He's 32 years
Yeah, I
old.
know.
He's played a lot of games as an inside midfielder.
Right.
So like he's not going to play a full season next year either.
No, I
They've got to
don't think
manage
so.
him to get to this
That's what I'm
stage to have
saying.
him in shape.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
They're going to have to figure out how to manage him. And I would say I'm kind of disappointed in the Ashcrofts because
Okay.
I think that they were a little bit like a deer in headlights for this game. Not that they didn't play,
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
definitely didn't play their best footy. And
Levi is young, so more on Will for me.
Yeah.
More
but still,
responsibility on
you
Will.
want, You want those guys to be playing their best football in that game, not
Yes.
going, oh my God, they look like the Crows did. It was a little bit like the Crows.
Looked a bit overmatched.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's such a
but
great
that's learning.
midfield, though. It's a
That's
great
learning.
midfield for the Cats. I mean, the Cats have a wonderful midfield.
Oh, they absolutely do. But, you know, it's a
Atkins
learning
is-
lesson for Brisbane, and
Yeah.
we'll see how they go next week. I don't know how it's gonna go.
Atkins is a
Gosh.
real unsung hero. Atkins for
Yeah,
the
well,
Cats.
yeah.
Well, he does such
I
an
agree.
important role, and it's so selfless because he
Yeah.
goes to the best clearance player of the other team,
Yeah.
and he negates them. Like he's going to have 17, 18 touches, but he allows Geelong to play a style where the inside midfielders are not going to hurt them from the opposition.
Correct.
And the speed and the power of Smith and Holmes can get out wide and really challenge the opposition's defenses. They've got all the elements you want for a midfield because it's not just a bunch of ball winners.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of players that play with each other to the style, which helps accentuate their talents.
Yeah.
Atkins-
Actually, there's something that's one thing that I love about the sport, but I hate about the coverage. There's a lot of players like that that they're so good at what they do, but because it doesn't show up in a statistic, you never hear about them.
Absolutely.
Right.
And no one gives a shit about them. And they're probably some of the best players in the league, but they're just doing what they do. And nobody pays attention. But I love that because it makes footy.
Instead, we
But-
create made-up stats like pressure
well,
factor.
but yeah, we have things like bounces, which
Oh yeah, how many bounces have we taken this game? You know,
like, you know, how is that relevant? How does that compare to a player who
Yeah.
can tag better than anyone else in the AFL?
well, why not have a stat number of stoppages, the number of clearances that have come out the side or
Yeah.
have come out through the front?
Oh, they don't do that.
You know,
right?
I think the work that Atkins does in that he takes the number one clearance player also prevents that team from being able to exit the stoppage out the front. And so a lot of those disposals and clearances that Brisbane were getting were going out wide or getting
Right.
it backwards to try and go forwards. It wasn't that offensive front running style that Geelong had, where you can use that space, you can tap it out in front, and you got the speedsters and Baz and Holmes that can run onto it and hit the forward 50. So
Yeah, absolutely. And then
it's
when
insane.
Brisbane tried to use their kick mark game as well, they couldn't get their way through Geelong's defense.
No.
It just everything Geelong threw at them that Brisbane didn't have an answer for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that you could tell poor Fags was a little bit
I
poor
felt so
Fags.
bad for him.
He really didn't have much, and then you see him talk
Between
to
that and
Neil.
Lockie.
Yeah.
First of all, my heart broke for Lockie Neal when he walked off the field because
Yeah.
he knew he was done.
He was cooked for sure. Everyone knew he
Oh,
was-
that's
he
got to
was
be the
cooked.
worst feeling when you're thinking, oh, we could be flag contenders, and then you pop your calf and you're like, actually, never mind, everything's fine.
Yeah, massive
That's the worst.
Yeah, massive responsibility now
Oh.
for the other mids. Like
Yeah.
Dunkley, Dunkley will keep going. You know, now there's a real blueprint. Hey, do we? You know, I know Dimmer Hardwick doesn't tag, but
They're going to make
Do
adjustments.
we play a run with roll-on McLuggage? Because it worked really well this time around.
I don't think Dimmer will do that.
Yeah.
Dimmer will not do that.
No, he's got two
But
guns of
he's
his
a
own.
very good coach, and that's a danger zone for Brisbane. That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, Dimmers is up a coach to back himself to the hills.
Yeah.
And
For
rightfully
sure.
so. He's
Yeah.
won
Yeah.
3 premierships, but he never tagged Richmond
Nope.
either. No,
No.
he's going to back in his system, which
He
has
has
worked
his
well.
system.
Oh, his system of Rather than Anderson's a pretty good system.
Yeah.
And then you've got, then it was Giants and the Hawks
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
This was a game of wild momentum swings.
I know, but it was fun.
Wild.
I
42
know.
points up
It
they
was
were.
fun.
42 points
And
up.
how good was Jesse Hogan, even though they lost? He had a good game.
How good was Finn Callahan?
Oh, I love
That's
Finn
what's.
Callahan.
They had a good. The Giants didn't have a bad game. They just.
But all hail Josh Kelly, the super sub of all super
One of
subs.
the greatest subs of all time. With 2 goals. I don't know the disposals. but
14
the impact
disposals.
was insane.
It was
6
crazy.
clearances.
It was crazy.
We forget how good he is. Like
Yeah.
Josh Kelly at his peak was a superstar.
He just took the game over by the scruff of the neck. He's like, I'm going to get subbed on, play a bit of wing, but you put me on ball and you watch. I just get 14 disposals, 6 clearances and 2 goals to bring them back into it.
Yeah. Well,
Chubs! Look at
Hi.
Chubsy!
why do you think? What do you think lost the game for the Giants?
Early on, it was the inability to actually hit the scoreboard because they had like 10-1 inside 50s in
Yeah,
that
they
first
did.
5-6
They
minutes.
did.
Yeah.
And then put anything on the scoreboard. Then Hawthorn kicked 7-1 in that
Yeah,
first
yeah.
quarter. So it actually was bad kicking, bad football to start the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But then when Hawthorn get on a run, as we saw against Collingwood a month ago, as we've
Yeah.
seen the last few years, it's just hard to stop. It's hard to arrest that momentum.
Correct.
And Giants are so good running one way. Not to
Yeah.
say they're downhill skiers, but Callahan, Green, Canelio, even Kelly, when there's the ball in hands, they're fantastic. But out the other way, I've seen all year, they haven't been able to stop opposition midfielders, opposition teams when they're flowing from that back half. And that was the case to put them up 42 points.
Yeah.
Cross-country skiers.
Yeah. I think the defense was the problem in the end. And yeah, I think when we talked about it on the podcast, we were saying that like it's going to be the team that scores the most. And that's kind of how it went.
I mean, I feel like that's how
That's how often
Every
it goes, but
game
I think
tends to
we were
go.
talking about how it had to be that the guys were going to score once they got the ball.
Yeah.
and they
For
they
me,
didn't.
my concern was I needed Hawthorn to break even in the midfield because obviously at the time when we were recording, we didn't know that Josh Kelly was going to be the sub as opposed to starting the game. And I thought probably a better sub choice would have been someone like Jake Stringer. You know, just get him in fourth quarter, full of energy, just burst.
Do you know what? I think Jack Ginnivan won that game for the Hawks. I think if he wasn't playing, there's no momentum.
Those
I'm
2
gonna say
goals
it.
were fantastic.
Yeah.
He is so clinical.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't care about the moment, like he does not give a stuff. That's what makes him great at the same time
I
because he never
agree.
feels the pressure. He doesn't feel any sort of pressure when it comes to the big moments.
I think
and he's
he
a great
likes,
kicker of the footy.
I think he wants those
thrives off it,
moments.
you're
He
right.
almost lives off that because when the game is kind of easy or whatever, he's silent and you don't see a lot. It's
Yeah.
when there's that strife.
Yeah.
He brings it, and that's okay. I like to see it. I'd rather see it. But I think without his kind of like momentum, I think the whole team suffers. I think without that, they wouldn't have won that game.
I think Sicily was. I think the trio of Sicily, Barris, and Battle.
Okay, we're going to two of those, I would say.
No. I think the 3 of them did an incredible job standing up under repeat entries. I think the 3 of them very, very rarely ever got beat on a one-on-one. I think they managed to hold their own just about almost every time. I think it was Newcomb. You always know what you're going to get, but I feel like it was built from the back line. This
Yeah,
win.
they were stopping the goals, which is
The trio were
Exactly.
really impressive, I think.
Yeah.
And Sicily at one point was like a brick wall. He was just winning every single one-on-one
Well,
contest.
Barris was also
Yeah, and he
really
was,
good.
Yeah, he was good too. So I want to give a shout out to the Hawk back line. I thought the Hawk back line really were the cornerstone of this win because I think the Giants had plenty of opportunities.
But they
Their
missed their
entries were
goals.
crap.
Yeah, but they also missed their goal. I just think the pressure. I just feel like they were taken a little bit aback by the Hawks' pressure. I just don't think they were expecting that at all from that game. And then to top it all off, the Hawks just kept scoring. So it's just like
until they couldn't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, would that be a concern? Surely going to this weekend
100%.
that they copped 5 or 6 goals in about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, 6 goals.
That happens any other game you're going to lose.
100%.
Right.
You don't build a 42-point lead just to lose it all come 3/4 time.
No, that's true. And we'll see how it goes. I don't know that they're flag contenders, so they're going to get beat at some point.
Yeah.
So maybe it's next week. I don't know.
Chubbs in the chat is telling you,
Me?
Slam,
Oh, it's him.
tell the lad on the far left to watch my latest TikTok if he's a Bomber supporter.
There you go.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think he is a Bomber supporter. And there's also
Long-suffering, yes.
There's also shout out to Anna for jinxing the Dockers.
I didn't try to jinx them. I was trying to jinx the Suns. It didn't work.
I blame her.
Oh, that was a good
blame
game.
her.
That was a good game.
But yeah, the Hawks, the Hollywood Hawks, it shows character though, and it could be something that you can build off. Like even if we've conceded 7 goals in a row, we can still win this.
Yeah.
There's a fair bit of steel about yourself and resolve to be able to stand up in the big moments. And I thought Chol
he had a fabulous game.
especially in the last quarter.
Fabulous
Like the
game.
last quarter redeemed his first 3. I thought his last quarter was, especially the last few minutes, he was really good. So you can have a bad game, but just simply need to have a few good moments, and being able to stand up in those moments is all that matters.
Well, as an
That's
Essendon supporter,
exactly.
I remember Drew Petrie back in 2014. He didn't have a touch for the whole game, then he kicks 2 goals. It can happen, guys.
It can
it's
happen,
all about
yeah.
moments.
I think it's
You
all
don't have
about
to
moments.
raise that one as an example.
I'm not really
It lives
bothered
in my
by.
mind for life.
I'm not really bothered. I'm not bothered by a player that makes mistakes, but in the end has, like you said, like a great quarter, because that person brought whatever they needed to bring to that game, especially if they've improved as the game goes on.
Yes.
It means that they're responding to the situation. So yeah, I thought he had a good game, and for him it was, for the whole team it's their first final in how long?
Yeah, it's
They played a good game of footy, so it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
No Jones for the Giants. Done his ACL, which was very tragic news.
Oh yeah.
So he's missing all of the year. I think he's also a really important player for him. He provides a lot of zip. He makes some good decisions, high pressure. So yeah, their forward line wasn't as effective, and I thought Cadman also was fairly comprehensively shut out of the game as well.
Well, a lot of them were coming off injury right back into that game
Not
too.
Cadman though.
No, but a lot of the Giants were, which could be part of it, that they just weren't quite ready to play such a pressure-filled game or an intense game. But they'll have to go at it again next season. I don't
Kelly
know.
came back from an injury and he was the sex. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't even know how else you can describe him. That was insane how good he was. Just put him on the ball and let him get to work. So, and of course, a massive shout out, of course, to John Newcomb, always plays such a massive, important role. So the Giants are left yet again with an exit out.
Oh no.
Are they done? Are they cooked? Do they still have a chance to win are they finalists next year?
I don't think we think that they're done, but it is getting away from them this window. So you look at the likes of Canelio, Kelly, Green, Hogan, they're all 30 or 30 plus, and this is their core group. This is the one that's going to take them to the next premiership. My question would be, who's coming through? I mean, Aaron Cadman, number 1 draft pick, he kicked like 50 goals this year, but who else with Darcy Jones out next year is going to help propel them to a premiership? Because I'm going to see more quality coming through.
Gruzevsky
Gruzevsky is going to be the one?
Yeah, Gru is going to steal the moon and steal the flag.
I mean, you know what? Toby was also very quiet in that game. That was a problem.
Missed a huge chance late as
Yeah,
well.
that was a
Unlike him,
problem.
he's very clutch.
Yeah, he's clutch, and I didn't think he responded at all to the situation. So
that was unfortunate for him.
I think so long as I'd say their window's closing. I wouldn't say it's closed.
I think it's closed.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to go out and say their window is
closing.
closed.
I'll tell you what. We'll
They're going to
know.
lose Leclerc to you guys.
I know,
Who
but
just
that doesn't
buying
mean anything.
every single player, but sure, why not? You can
We'll get
do
to
that.
that
Yeah,
later.
you can do that.
Look, I think halfway through next season, you'll know for sure where the Giants are at.
I think the
I
Giants-
don't think you'll know till next season, though.
You got to give them credit though for this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they beat all the good teams. So usually that gives you in good stead for a final series. I mean,
Yeah.
they beat Brisbane. They beat Geelong twice.
They did.
I mean, they have good victories, but
I mean, they
on
almost
the day
didn't
they
beat
couldn't perform.
us. We almost beat them. So
The Swans
maybe
leap them
that
next
says
year.
something.
I think the Swans leap them next year.
I think Swans will be
Maybe.
back next year as
That's
well.
why I think the Swans are back in
yeah,
next year.
they're probably back in it next
Curnow
year. I
kicked
can see
60.
that. Yeah, you think he'll end up there? I don't know how that's gonna go.
And then the last game.
Yes. The most fun game of this round, I think.
It was. It was a
personally.
very fun final series, but this
Oh,
really
so
capped
fun.
it off.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it did.
Chubbs.
It was.
We're sorry, Chubbs.
Wow.
It's a little unfortunate, but your boys fell just agonizingly short by 1 point at
Yeah.
home. What is up with the Dockers choking at home a big game?
It's been that way for like 10 years. Unfortunately, the Dockers just don't get it done at home.
Home,
you know-
at home they don't. Away, with their backs against the wall, don't worry. We'll
You
beat
know
the
what?
Doggies at Marvel. We'll beat the Suns at People First.
We'll be the Pies of the G.
We'll beat the Pies of the G. We'll beat the Giants at ENGIE. We'll just beat all these good teams
they
away
had
from home.
That crowd was a Frio heavy, loud crowd, dude.
Of course it was.
But I think, honestly, I can't speak for the past, but Longmuir was outcoached 100%. And that's what lost that game. I don't think it was necessarily the players. I mean, sure, some of them need a little bit more experience. They're young. But that was all a coaching display for me. Like that was a Dimmer win, not a Frio loss.
Longmuir is not the man, huh?
Not against Dimmer. No.
Fair enough.
No.
I think you saw that a few times, coaching mismatches. I think
Yeah.
McRae and Nix.
Yep.
And obviously on Saturday night with Hardwick, Longmuir, yeah.
But it was too mismatched. I mean, again, we talked about it.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you tag in that game?
No idea.
I would have tagged Anderson or Raul.
Yep.
Just by default because they're the only players I think throughout the season that were consistently concerning.
Anderson
we knew
is
the
one you
midfield
can
was
tag.
going to.
I think he might have had intentions of that, but Wagner was an out, and he's the one that's done a tagging role this year.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
they
you
didn't
probably
have-
think we don't have the person
Hayden
capable of
Young
doing that.
surely could do that.
I mean,
Maybe he's.
Just try.
Yeah. It was particularly after that first quarter when Raul and Anderson were like 11 and 8 each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with Anderson, like I've seen him tag in the last couple of months to
Yeah.
like a lesser effect.
Correct.
He let these two run free. They're two of the
That's
top
right.
6 or 7 mids in the comp. They'll
That's
do what
right.
they want.
And there was no adapting. They kept the same system, hoping it was going to be enough, and it just wasn't enough. I didn't see enough changes on the field for what was going on with the Gold Coast for it to be like, oh, they're trying to, they're trying to outwit the opposition. It kind of like nothing was happening.
I'm willing to say it was enough because
Interesting.
if Brendan Cox doesn't choke twice, they win the game. If Brendan Cox, when he takes that first intercept mark, he has Andy Brayshaw all by himself in the middle of the ground. He does not kick to him. Instead, he kicks it back into the back pocket and with no ability to switch.
If one error cost you the game,
It's 1 point margin. Of
if
course,
one error cost you the
It
game,
was
you
more than
haven't
one
played.
error.
You haven't.
It was more than one error. So not only did he not pass it to, so he omitted the pass into the middle of the ground to Brayshaw by himself.
Yeah.
He's then decided to go to the back pocket, which then led to a kick that wasn't close enough to the boundary line to be punched over. It was a bit too central. That ball had to be brought to ground. It was a massive pack, big bodies in everywhere. So that was 3 mistakes right then and there. 4th mistake, Mac Andrew did not go forward of his own volition. He just simply followed his man. If you are going to play as a loose in defense, Josh Tracy, you're going as the loose in defense, but your man comes with you, you're no longer loose in defense. And I would have Mac Andrew as a better forward than you as a defender every day of the week. And what happened? Mac Andrew took the mark. Then you obviously had Cox again, tackle, swallow without the ball. So really in that last minute and a bit, there were a lot of mistakes done by Fremantle. A lot of mistakes. So it wasn't just the one mistake.
But
It was
I
like
didn't.
5.
I didn't feel like the I never really felt like they're in full control of that game, Freo.
They had to be, though. They had to be. After that Jackson goal, with a
It
minute
didn't
and
feel-
20 seconds, or a
It
minute
didn't
and
feel
50.
that way to me.
I
don't
know they'd got the momentum back and they went up a goal with about
Yeah.
2 and a bit minutes
Yeah.
left. But again, it didn't feel like they were going to run away with it. I know they're only 1 goal or 1 score from winning the game, but they'd been down, 30 points playing their style. And I feel like they'd massively reversed their style to make it work. This had a bit of momentum,
That's
which had put
right.
them back into the game.
So you keep riding the momentum. You keep riding the momentum. You see Brayshaw in the middle of the ground. You pass
Not in
to
a
him
finals
and
game.
go for that handy point. Go
I
for a handy
disagree.
point.
Yeah.
Why would
I
you go
don't-
into your shell?
I don't know.
How terrible do Fremantle play when they're in their shell playing that safe defensive game?
Well, they did that though.
No, they changed it up. Once they were down, it sparked them to play that fast play on. That's how they beat Collingwood in the last quarter. And then you had the Craig McRae say, "Gee, they play good football when they play fast. They should do it more often."
But they didn't do it more often.
They stopped it when they hit the front.
But that's what that's what I'm saying is that I think that they were outcoached. I think that the coaching calls were poor, and that's why you don't feel like they had the momentum for the game, because they thought 1 goal ahead, or if we hit the front, we're good. Like not in a finals game. Not in a finals game when you're playing the Suns and the Suns are a high-scoring team and they're going to look to pull the ball back and score again. You wouldn't want to feel safe anywhere within that range. If you're 6 goals ahead, go into defensive mode by all means. But they never had enough of a lead to play defensive football, I didn't think.
Yeah, I agree that they didn't have the lead
Am
to
I
do
wrong?
it. No, I agree they didn't have the lead to do it, which is why they had to keep playing that offensive game style. That they lost it themselves. Well, kudos to Gold Coast for snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. But really, the Dockers should have continued to play that offensive style that got them in that winning position. And I can understand why they might have felt safe, considering the home crowd.
I didn't.
Everyone's happy. The crowd's getting behind him. They've managed to claw back that long lead. Momentum's on their side. You know time's running out and you have the ball in your hand. I can understand why some players might have felt safe.
I would have been... they didn't look safe to me. I don't know. I
Yeah,
never felt like it was their game.
I agree. I don't think they were ever in a position where they think we're home and hose here,
Yeah.
just because of how much impact the midfielders from
That's
Gold Coast were
correct.
having.
That's
So
right.
at some point, Rowley and are going to win a clearance.
Yes.
They're going to have to challenge your back line.
That's right.
And I don't know whether it was them that won the clearance. The ultimate results in the Brennan Cox free kick. But the defence, which had played well, I think Alex Pearce had fantastic.
Pearce
last couple
was
of months.
unreal.
I was going to mention him. He's been fantastic the last few months.
Correct.
But they never felt safe because we know the Dockers crumble in these big situations, particularly at home. Something
Yeah.
was going to go wrong at some point, but it's whether they had the mettle to withstand that, and they didn't.
They didn't. I think this was a coaching error.
Chubbs says, out-coached,
Yep.
outplayed, simple,
Yep.
hey, Anna. Hate to admit it, but you're 100% right. A lot of dumb decisions too. Fife injured his ankle during the week. Why play him?
I didn't think Fife was bad to
I
have
thought
in the
Fife was
fourth
great
quarter.
as the sub. I thought he took some really good
He came
intercept
on, yeah,
marks.
taking good marks.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
thought they might have benefited to bring him on sooner.
The way he was going.
His warm-up lasts longer than his actual play time
Yeah,
at this
exactly.
point.
Exactly. But I get it. They wanted him to play what could have potentially been his last game of footy. I don't know. It's just there were a couple of mistakes coming from the coach's box that really cost them the game, and I wouldn't blame an inexperienced team for that loss. I think they're going to be a team to beat again next season. They're by no means out of any windows.
Well, you look at their squad; they don't want for much.
Yeah,
They've got all the elements.
they do.
They've got a good midfielder.
They should have been better this season, to be honest.
No.
I thought they should have been a little better this
Yeah,
season.
well, the fact they took to the last day of the season to make the finals
exactly.
it shows you where they're probably at.
yeah,
And Gold Coast should have been top 4.
that's right.
So
Yes.
like, realistically, Gold Coast had a much better year than Fremantle.
They did.
But we're all here stunned that they won the game.
Nobody.
Is it really stunning that they won the game? Like, they haven't shown themselves to be a great traveling team. I don't think this year.
The Suns.
Yeah.
I think my only thing with thinking
they've
the
won
Suns
2
are going to win
games.
is that Dimmer coaches finals games and he
Yeah.
loves it and he's good at it and he's going to do what he needs to do with that team.
Well, they won 2 games
And
at Darwin, and they're unbeatable in Darwin.
Yeah.
And they're very good at home.
And his players have matured. I think last
Yes.
season you would have seen errors. Some of the errors maybe Freo made in this game you would have seen from Gold Coast last year.
yeah.
So it's just, they're just improving as a team. And I don't like Dimmer, but I fear him in a final.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the
Respect.
Yeah. So Rowell and Anderson are getting all their plaudits. How good was Powell?
How good was Ben Long?
Ben Long
of the-
was good, but not as good as
Some
not
of
as
the
good
key
as Powell.
contests
No,
that,
not as good as
they
Powell.
won were fantastic.
Powell was, geez, like Rowell, Powell, man,
They played a great game of footy.
unreal.
It was fun to watch. I didn't mind it. It was fun to watch them play. I love that they don't rely on Ben King the way that I think you'd expect them to, being that he's a tall back there.
Yeah.
They thought they played a really good game.
Jai
of football.
Farah's really dynamic player as well.
Well, going into this year, we thought, King's going to kick a bunch of goals, which he did.
He did.
We also thought, Jed Walter, he'll have a good year. Second year, top 3 pick. It doesn't even get a game.
Exactly.
It's Bailey Humphrey who turns his game
Yeah.
on its head. Just
Yeah, what a
fantastic player.
surprise.
Then it's Long, then it's Farah. It's the guys
Yeah.
we didn't talk about in the preseason.
drafted-
Oh,
Which
Humphrey, we're talking
We
about-
drafted Sardis.
We're going to talk
Humphrey.
about this. We
Because
drafted Sars
Humphrey,
over
they're saying,
Humphrey.
he's got Desmond Martin feels to him the way he plays.
Yeah,
Dustin
and we
Martin.
drafted Sardis
It-
instead of him.
Yes.
They're going to be.
We needed midfielders,
Gold
to be
Coast is
fair.
going to be good for a while.
He's a great power. It's what? He's playing a pitch in the midfield. Oh, buddy Dodoro, the gift that keeps on giving.
They're going to be a team to beat. I still don't. I won't say it.
Freo
We'll
is
see
still
what
the
happens.
4th youngest team.
No, I'm talking about Gold Coast.
Yeah, but I'm saying Freo.
Yeah, they've got time to
This
grow.
is not their window.
No,
Like
no,
Freo's
it's
Freo's
early.
window is still way
agree.
open.
I
Being
agree.
you can't be the 4th youngest team in the comp.
I agree.
Like Brayshaw, Sarong, Young, aren't they like 24, 25?
They're all young. Luke Jackson's still young as
Luke
well.
Jackson's
Yeah.
26 or something.
You're throwing like Tracy, like
I agree,
Amos,
but unless
who
the
didn't
coach
do anything.
evolves, they're not gonna be contenders.
Well, this coach might not be the one to do
That's
it.
right.
He might be the Nathan Buckley for this team that does the hard yards to get
And then
them
someone
to
comes in
lay.
and-
He's planted
Maybe.
the seeds.
He might be their Stuart Jew.
He could be.
He might be the
he
one
might
that
be
has to
the
go
Stuart
through,
Jew.
go through the tough times, and then the experienced coach comes in and
Yeah.
takes us to another
Exactly.
level.
Could be. We don't know. I wouldn't say I want that. He seems like a lovely person,
Yes.
but I just think
Chubbs. I said at the start of the game. Now, correct me if I say it wrong, but I said McAndrews is going to what? He's going
going
to
to-
do what? Chubbs, you're going to give me a bit more information there. Imagine Freo have the youngest in the comp. No,
Yeah.
you're not.
I don't think so.
You're not the youngest team in the
I don't
comp.
think they're youngest.
You're the
Isn't
fourth,
Richmond the
fourth
youngest team?
youngest team. Richmond's pretty young.
I think Richmond's
Bombers
young.
are really young.
Bombers are young.
North is pretty
North is
young.
young, and we're young. St Kilda's young.
Imagine if we keep our team, we may even play finals in the future. Oh, McAndrews was going to carve us up all day.
Oh, really? I didn't think he had that. I think that
Mac
last
Andrews.
play really made it.
yeah.
him-
I don't think it was great.
I don't know if
Great
it's
behind the
the
ball.
whole game he was nailing it, but he did have a good game.
Yeah, he had about 20
Generally
touches
speaking.
in the end, so he had
Yeah,
an
yeah.
impact.
He had a good
before
game.
that.
But that goal in
Yeah,
particular, just he's so clutch, isn't he?
That was a shine. That was a star moment. That was a star
He
moment.
freaking.
It just triggered me when that happened. I'm like, this guy again.
I thought Vossi for them. I thought he did an incredible job. I thought his.
Oh, when it opened and he kicked that first goal, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Freo have got something special."
Yeah.
And then it was like,
But then, yeah. But Kane Corn said that the 3 forwards doesn't work.
I heard that. The tolls don't work
The-
anymore.
the
And he
three
said, "Jai,
tolls.
they need to get rid of Amos."
When you've already got Darcy, when you've already got Jackson, and you're playing 3 talls, and you're subbing out one of them in Jai Amos.
I
Like,
think
are you
Amos-
possibly too tall?
No, I don't think that. You know what? I don't think there's any such thing as too tall. It's whether or not you're flexible, not whether or not you're tall. It's how much space can you command. Can you be tall and still get ground balls? Some of them do. Like you gotta maybe learn how to do that better. You gotta learn maybe how to use the space on the field differently now.
But you don't have
But
the speed, obviously.
Well, you might not have the speed, but But I don't know that it's wrong to have 3 talls. Brisbane did it last season. How many talls do they have in the back line and they won the flag? Like, that's a stupid thing to say. I think it's just, I think Jai,
Amos. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right.
Amos.
Or a miss. I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
We say a miss when he goes to kick a goal, but against us. But I think he's still developing as a player. I think he has a couple kinks to work out, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think it's his height. That's the problem. I don't think the 3 talls in the back is the problem.
In the forward line.
On the forward line, yeah. The forward line is obviously in the back is great. In the forward line, I don't think that that's a problem because, like I said, Brisbane did it and they won a flag doing it that way.
Right.
I just think that was a really dumb thing for Kane to say.
Yeah, I agree, especially with Brisbane. I know it's not their tools in terms of their forward tools, but their ruckman, they're able to really challenge the opposition by using them in different positions across the ground. Look at what Hawthorn do with like Lloyd Meek.
Yeah.
Right.
He challenges the opposition in addition to them having 3 tall forwards as well. Yeah, they might sub one off during the game, but that flexibility allows them to play different ways.
Yes, that's what I think that was a really dumb thing to say.
Cornsey, another dumb thing to say.
As usual.
Chubbs was going to be
It's almost like he doesn't watch football, Kane.
I know, right? Chubbs,
That's his
Collingwood.
agendas.
Yeah, he has agendas. Chubbs says Collingwood umpires rocked up. Maybe.
Really? I didn't feel the umpires in that game the way I have in other games. Even in
Yeah.
other Collingwood games, I didn't feel it the way that I felt it. I've seen it before.
Are you saying that free kick shouldn't have been paid to Swallow at the end? Is that what you're saying, Chubbs? Because I think look to me like a clear hold of the man. We better keep Vossi. You're definitely keeping Vossi, and his name is Amos. He's a Bustleton boy, so it's Amos. Jai Amos.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Thank you, Chubbs. So yeah.
Amos.
Look, the window's still wide open for the Dockers. I know you might feel like it's torture again. We've choked again. We've let it down. Been let down, but you're still so young. Like you should be so. You're not losing anyone other than Nat Fife, who.
No, they're losing
salute
another
to him.
player. They're
Who
losing
else?
another player. I forgot.
Oh, Walters.
Yeah, Walters.
Yeah, he's not even playing anyway either. So
I think it's the leadership that they'll suffer a little bit. They need someone on the field then
They
with
can recruit
maturity.
someone, though.
Yeah, they're going to have to though. I think they need a little more leadership.
they can recruit someone. I think they can be a pretty good destination club. I don't think everyone who goes to WA has to necessarily go to West Coast.
I agree, but I'll say that I don't think they're fully developed as a team. So they've still got a ways to go, and I think they should be proud of the fact that they played finals when they almost got booted out anyway this season.
True, that is tough road to get there.
Yeah, take it as a win and move on, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, Dimmer's going to beat a lot of the people he plays against in the finals, so it's not like it's special that he lost.
And this gives a great launching pad for the Suns now. I mean, they win that away final. I mean, it gives us so much confidence, not just for this week, but going into next season as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm already like, is it going to be? I was saying, is it going to be a Chris Scott Dimmer flag?
Oh no!
Oh my god! But I almost want to see that game.
You do, because you got so much respect for them as coaches. Yeah.
I want to see who gets smacked around.
See, Brayshaw, Sarong, Bolton, even watch Jordan Clark, natural leaders. They got plenty of leaders.
Yeah, they're leaders. Oh yeah, maybe that's fun. Fife was just a legend, you know. It's a bummer to lose a legend, but
I'll agree with all those names except for Shea Bolton. I do not think Shea Bolton is a leader.
When I was on last, you said Bolton's not giving you enough. Against the game against the Doggies, he gave plenty of that game. That'd get him into the finals. But you think he was substandard in the final?
Yes.
He was really I think he's a very inconsistent player and even was so at Richmond. He's on and he's fire, or you just don't see him at all. I don't think he like consistently plays his role.
That's the nature of his position.
Yeah.
It's in some ways.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I agree that you need probably more from him in a final, considering what they gave up to get him. They thought he was the missing piece, and he hasn't proven to be that just yet.
I feel
like he went missing.
Yeah.
The missing piece.
Yeah.
I agree.
He really was the missing piece on the field, unfortunately.
Couldn't finish the jigsaw.
And if I had a shot for every time he went to tackle someone
and
they just walked through him,
no, he didn't really
I'd
tackle
have liver
at all.
poisoning. I wouldn't be here. I'd be with Steveo, not here, right? If I had a shot every time a Shea Bolton tackle was broken. I don't think I saw him nail one. I'd love to
that's
see the
something to work
statistics of that. So he fills Walter's pot nicely.
Shea Bolton.
Spot, yeah. Look, he does, but I feel like Walters was a better tackler. I don't know. Shea Bolton.
I didn't watch enough of Walters.
Shea Bolton annoyed me a lot, and I'm obviously not a Fremantle supporter. I thought if he actually was harder in the tackles, he would have had some more forward stoppages, and you could have kicked the goal out of those
Yeah,
stoppages.
maybe it doesn't bring enough pressure, offensive pressure.
I think they missed Switkowski as well. He was out for this game. He'd been so crucial to them in the last couple of months.
Swiss Army knife.
Yes, absolutely. Very underrated player.
Yeah.
He's like the Neil Bullen type of player.
Yes.
They just fly under the radar. Neil Bullen actually did not have a good game against
He didn't,
Collingwood,
no.
now that I think about it.
No.
No Neil Bullen, no Adelaide. Confirmed.
So just a reminder, no flag for Freo.
No flag for Freo. My tip was wrong.
So far, I'm ahead of. Who did Steve pick? I don't remember. Steve, are you there? Who did you? He's not there anymore. I want to know
This was
who he
my
picked.
pre-season
I don't remember
tip.
who he picked.
This
Did
was
he
a-
also pick Freo?
This was a pre-season tip. Leave me alone.
Me too.
And I
Collingwood.
had them finishing fourth. If they won one more game, they probably would have been fourth. And then I would have been half right. But now, thanks to Fremantle, I'm fully wrong. Thanks.
Well, I had Collingwood. We don't know if they'll get there.
Thanks, Fremantle. Can one of you take Bailey Banfield, please?
No one wants.
Us
no.
and Kilda, they're
No,
buying
we have
everybody.
enough. We have enough. We don't have any more money.
Oh, you got plenty
We're
of
done.
money. You're spending more than Liverpool
We're
at the
done
moment.
now. We're done. We've acquired all we can acquire.
Bailey Banfield will not be demanding a lot of money.
Nah.
I'm pretty
Nah.
sure.
We already took a leak, okay? We're not really sure about that.
Hashtag flop mantle. Oh no, Chubbs. Don't say that.
No, they're good. I
come
wouldn't
back
shit
to
on
us,
that.
Chubbs.
I'd be really optimistic about the future of Fremantle, and I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with next season. Nothing to get down about at all. Not everyone wins the flag every season.
Yes.
Only one team's in it.
Literally only one
Yes.
So,
wins the
Yeah.
wins the flag every
yeah,
year.
well, I'm just saying, like,
Literally
you know,
only one.
it's hard. It's not easy.
Obviously not. So, but it'll be a different route next year to get to it because there is going to be a rule change.
Change. You
Rule
know
I
that?
did see
change
this.
has been brought in for next year. The last disposal rule. So, if you kick or handball the ball out of bounds and it wasn't touched by anyone, it is an automatic free kick to the other side. This is something that has been trialed in the Sandful, something that's currently being implemented in the women's in the AFLW, and it will be making its way into the AFL proper next year. What do we feel about
What do
it?
you think about this?
Personally,
Last disposal
I'm against
rule.
it.
Really?
I just think I hate all the rule changes that happen in football. I feel like they're doing this to clear congestion, make the game sexier. But we already had that with the 6-6-6 rule. There are all these little things they want to implement to make the game more in their image.
Yeah.
But I like ruck contest. I like the ball being thrown in. I like spending $1.7 million on a ruckman.
I actually argued that I don't think it's going to change the game that much.
Okay.
Only because the only thing it's going to do is when you're trying to play conservative footy, you won't be able to kick to the boundary like you used to, because if you miss, you're basically just giving the other team free rein to beat you at that point. Or, right. It's just a turnover. So I think that's going to make, it's just going to push the whole game into the corridor more and just make it faster maybe. But I don't think it's really going to,
We won't really notice it that much, you don't think?
I don't think you're going to notice it as much as you think. Because you're still going to have, when there's a contest and the ball goes out, they throw it in. This is only for like, the problem is the umpires really don't know what the kicker's thinking.
No.
So the only way to stop them from even entertaining the idea of using the boundaries to push them away from it.
Yeah.
Which is what this is doing.
They're no longer judging intent anymore.
Yeah. I think it's going to be harder to play a safe game of football. But
That's the one benefit.
But I don't know if that's bad. It just makes it scarier to play.
The one benefit is that they're finally getting rid of insufficient intent because
Well, Saints are going to have a struggle with this rule because we love that damn boundary line.
we hate the
We
insufficient
love
intent.
it.
We always get cooked by insufficient intent.
Yeah. Oh.
So I'm glad that's gone.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily against the change.
No, I
My
think
concern is though that we will see more beltings. when a good team plays against the lower team, it's not going to be a 50-point loss. It's going to be a 70-point loss because they're going to be getting a few more free kicks because the back line will be under immense pressure. All these great teams have this really strong front half game. So the ball is just going to be bombed out and they're not going to get the benefit of the throw in. It's just going to be automatic free kick the other way, which gets them moving the ball inside forward 50.
How often does it really happen? Unless it's a team that's not really that good, let's be honest. And I know St Kilda have sometimes say, how often does it really happen that a player that is kicking the ball and if it goes out?
No, they'll kick it into the open space, hoping that a player can run onto it. But if the ball bounces left,
it goes to the other team.
And it goes out of bounds.
So they have to kick it into the corridor, which is what they should be doing anyway, because that's how we're playing the footy games now.
No, you kick it into the corridor when you're under pressure.
Nah.
If you're under pressure, like a kick into the corridor is probably the most difficult kick you can pull off. If you're under pressure, then you're going to it's going to increase the degree of difficulty, increase the likelihood of you turning the ball over. So again, it's you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I think in the games where there is a gulf between the two sides in class,
it'll just make it a bigger
I feel
score.
like we're going to see some more bigger blowouts.
It's going to be more boring then. The game will be more boring.
Yes. In a Geelong versus Essendon game, it's going to be bad. But if it's in a closer game, if it's like Adelaide versus Brisbane, it will add to the theatre and the pressure.
Because the teams can't be as conservative and they can't set themselves up as well
That's
on the ball because they have to be more aggressive to go
Right.
towards the
Right.
middle of the field. So that'll help that. But I don't know. As you said, there could be some absolute blowouts where
Maybe.
Not that I would switch off at halftime ever, but there could be interest lost early
Can
in
you
the game.
imagine if our team this year, with like the 23,000 million gazillion injuries that we had, just kicking the ball out of defence under
Honestly,
pressure,
this is
the
so-
ball just trickles out of bounds, instantly free kick the other side, they go
It's
back
already
inside.
a free
like,
kick if Angus Clark does anyway.
I actually think it's better for both teams to know what they're getting themselves into. I just think now it's too grey. Nobody knows where the fuck the boundary line is.
Yeah.
Like, just make the rule, do the rule. Stop making it umpire gets to choose every week what they think intent is.
Yes.
To me, this is going to just provide a little bit more consistency and a little less vitriol toward the men in yellow.
Make the umpires work easier.
Yeah,
Make their life easier.
They obviously fail at doing it the right way, so they don't get to call that one anymore.
They don't even interpret holding the ball properly because there is...
Well, that's a whole case. No one knows.
So for another day.
That's a whole 4-hour conversation.
St Kilda have been in the finals. St Kilda haven't been in the finals in the modern day era or something
have.
I heard.
Yeah, they have. They have.
They played in the
Yeah, we were in the finals 3 years ago,
Yeah.
mate.
They lost to the Giants, that's
They
right.
played in the grand final as
We
well
did.
not so long ago. They played 2 in 1 year, in fact.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, in 2020 we were in the finals.
What's Pavlich done this
2010
week?
we almost won the flag. Huh?
What's Pavlich done this week?
I don't know.
Man, you guys miss Pavlich.
Actually, no.
You guys miss Pavlich, man. Pavlich would have been great on your side.
I don't know.
He's off to bloody Sydney.
He is. It was the new
Congratulations
CEO,
to him.
yeah.
Yeah, is he?
New CEO, the new Keo.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
We did.
They're going to be good next year, Sydney. They're going to be good.
What is up with your boys deciding to buy everybody? What's the strategy? We have money. Let's spend it.
100% that. Two, I think because Nasaya only signed a 2-year contract, it really means that we have to be competitive in 2 years. So I think the only way to do that is to get. I think what's made our rebuild, I guess, if you want to call it that, a little slow, is that we haven't really had depth.
Yeah.
Like we get 1 or 2 injuries, the back line's blown out. We get a couple of injuries in the front. We can't, it's been a problem. So this just gives us a little more depth, which is kind of what we need. So now if 3 people in the back line are injured, we may still be able to play without a bunch of kids on the field, just all kids.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. I think it's very clear watching some of our games that some of our players look a little lost and they don't have enough maturity on the field to know what to do, especially in the forward line. I think that's why we wanted a forward line kicker, because I think
Flying Ryan,
because he's got so much experience. even if he's not kicking goals, he's helping keep the heads in the game down there and kind of guide some of those players. So I think right now our forward line, like Cooper Sharman sometimes, I think he doesn't know what to do when he's down there. And I think it's been pretty obvious that some of our guys don't know where to stand, where to lead. So I think that was actually really important. I think, like I said, backline needs depth. Thank you, Josh Battle. You put us 2 years back by leaving. So that's another thing we really need to try to work on because, we thought we had it and we didn't.
You're recruiting all the defenders
So
under
we're
the
doing
sun.
that. Well, got that.
Silvani.
Silvani, I'm not going to. You know
Like
what?
Ali.
I don't see Silvani. I think Silvani I see him as a utility player.
Yeah.
I don't know that he will necessarily be in the back line, but he'll be able to play anywhere we put him. And I think that that's kind of how we see him. I don't think we're just seeing him as a defender. I think a lot of people are like, you need more defense. Like, no, but we do need depth. Like, if we need to put someone in the midfield, if we need to put someone in the forward line, he could probably still fill that position.
Yeah.
So I think he will end up being kind of valuable to us. And I think we needed 2 rucks. We've been needing a ruck for years. We've had Tom Campbell, lovely bloke, not AFL standard.
No.
So we needed Rowan. We needed support for Rowan for years.
Yes.
And we haven't been able to fill that. And I think it's tough to put a new ruck up in there. You need someone with some experience. So I think that they've been waiting and now their window's short for really you've got to be competitive and start putting together a team that's going to compete against the best. So that's why they're spending all their money.
Yeah.
Also, they have the money.
Exactly.
This is what other people forget. We overplayed a bunch of players in the past that now they're gone in our contract. Like our space is a little more open to pay some other people.
Yes.
So don't forget, we've been overpaying a lot of players really years ago.
Like Nazaya.
Yeah. So now we have like who?
Like Nazaya.
No.
He's on unders.
We needed to keep
Yeah,
him.
unders, baby.
No, you can't buy belief. And
No.
that's what he brings to the team. So I don't care
So
what
you
they
have
give
bought
him.
belief.
Well, you can't buy belief, but
He
you know
brought,
what I mean.
He brought belief the way he
brought
played.
belief. And if he leaves, you're
Saints owed it not to him, but to the list currently
I
to
agree.
top up a little bit.
I agree.
And to be more competitive
Yeah.
because there's no point sitting in the bottom 6 for the next 2 years when there's eyes under your contract.
Correct.
Yeah.
You got to compete.
That's
100%.
right.
And they showed
So
they
that's
could.
why. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. That's my long-winded excuse for why we're spending so much money.
Or Essendon. There was some silly stat now that Gold Coast has played final. Yeah, so in the era of the 18 teams, Essendon is the only team not to have won a final. Yes.
So who's reminding you that? You say it every
Chubbs.
week.
This is Chubbs this time.
Hi, Chubbs.
We don't need to
He
be
says
told
it
that.
every week.
We're acutely aware of it.
So what happened with Nick Rewalt and the librarian altercation? Did you see that?
I saw that, and he said the guy had bad breath, and that was the problem.
He came out like a librarian.
I think he was caught really off guard, and I think it's really rude, actually, to run up. You wouldn't run up to
100%.
anyone
No.
that you didn't know and just start.
No.
It's
Let
way
alone a
too
smelly South
casual.
Australian. You don't want them grabbing you
No.
from
I
behind.
just,
Definitely not. Jesus.
I thought that was just a little too brash.
Yeah, way
so
too brash.
They got what they deserved.
You don't know
They're
me like
lucky.
that, mate.
I was lucky he didn't just clock him in the just out of spontaneous, just surprise.
Speaking of clocking someone, did you see Mason Cox had lost his absolute mind in
No.
that Collingwood Adelaide game because
When?
he gave away the 50-meter penalty in the ruck? He took an intercept mark after that and he just blindly swung his hand. He almost knocked out Quaidel. He almost did more damage to him than the Adelaide supporters who were booing him. He almost knocked out his own
Gulliver's
teammate.
Travels.
Yeah, oh my God. So yeah, he was lucky there.
He was lucky there. No one said he's not clumsy.
No. He swung the
that.
arm. He swung the arm. Chubbs is saying, take Darcy, Anna.
Take Darcy.
Sean Darcy.
Oh, maybe. I don't know what we're doing.
Don't tempt
Don't tempt
the
us.
Saints.
We still got some money.
I
some
hear
money left.
I hear there's a Belly Banfield who could use some
Now
money.
we're
of that
looking for
money.
Flanders. I'd love to have
Oh,
Flanders.
Flanders.
That'd be a very nice
Flanders and Mackenzie, and then I think we're gonna stop.
Sexy boy Flanders.
Yeah, I think we'll see how those two pan out, and if they do, then we'll stop, and if they don't, then I don't know. Maybe we'll talk to your boy Merritt a little longer.
No, leave
That
Merritt
won't be
alone.
happening.
I know. I don't
We
think
won't be
he'll leave.
discussing Zach Merritt and a trade request.
I don't think
'cause
he'll leave.
It doesn't exist.
I think the media is blowing that out of proportion. I don't think he wants to go
100%.
anywhere.
There's a few in the media.
Oh, they hate us.
Well, they hate. Oh, know what that's like.
They hate
Trust
us.
me.
They hate us, and yet they have the gall to ask, is Essendon relevant? And yet there's more stories about us in this final series. We're not even in the
No,
finals.
we get the same thing.
You've taken the thoughts out of my brain. The final series, its first round of finals just ended.
Yeah.
And the back page of the Herald Sun is Zach Merritt. There's been 4 finals, so much great content to talk about, so many great storylines. You want to talk about Essendon?
Hey.
Something you potentially just brought up out of nowhere?
Exactly.
How do you think we feel? We're supposed to be the destination club, but all they're talking about is players leaving. Players who are under contract and never said they were leaving. Rowan Marshall's leaving. Cal Wilkie's leaving. Why is that a story? That's just their dumb idea just
I
to
know.
shit on St Kilda. Makes me really mad. Stop shitting on my footy team.
They're supporting the trade. They're
they want- it's like they're trying to
hoping
put-
the controversy
If
happens.
they just want to take that power away from being a destination club, you're not a destination club though because your players are disgruntled. No one ever said that.
No. Just some person in
Even
the media.
Wendy. News comes out on a Saturday afternoon after some guy hits the beers that Wendy's going to Melbourne, a team that no
Yeah.
one talked about at all, that makes no sense for him to go to.
There's
They
100
don't have a
midfielders.
coach. They've all got a drug problem,
Got no
but
board.
Wendy's on his way. This guy who never had a
Oh,
story.
what's the team we haven't spoken about yet? Is going to West
like-
Coast is losing someone.
It's like he had so much beer he left the north off of Melbourne, and now he's telling everyone that's I don't even believe that story.
yeah, no one believes
Who
anything.
comes out with the story on a Saturday afternoon at the pub?
Nobody. Slobber maybe. Oh, we love you, Chubbs. He says, "I love you guys.
Oh, we love you.
Love you too, Chubbs.
Love you, Chubbs." So we're saying goodbye to the Giants and we're saying
Yeah.
goodbye to Fremantle. We move
Bye-bye.
on to the next week,
Gone fishing.
which
Shall
we'll
we
do
do
in
tips?
Adjust the Tips video or
Just
continue.
the tips.
All right.
We don't have anything else to cover.
So
yeah?
I don't think so. So thank you guys so much for watching us for this episode. Please make sure that you stay tuned for Just the Tips coming out after this.
The tips.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Slam, for joining us for this
Thank you.
episode.
It's a pleasure as always, guys. Thanks
You'll be
for having me.
tipping too.
Of course.
You are
Don't worry,
not
I'll get them
allowed to
wrong.
leave.
I always get them
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Where can our wonderful viewers find you, mate?
At SlamTalksSports, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, also on Twitter as well now.
On Twitter as
There you
well.
go.
Everywhere,
You're on the
everywhere.
team.
You can't avoid me, people.
We can't avoid him, so make sure you chuck him a follow all over the place. Do not sneak up on him like a librarian because he will sock you in the face.
Who wouldn't?
I've got very pointy elbows, so don't do that.
If you do, brush your teeth. That's what Nikki. That's what
Listerine.
Rui has asked.
Listerine, whatever you want.
If you're gonna jump on anyone, please brush your teeth.
100%. And we'll see you in Just the Tips after this.
Bye.